everyone, it's Bloom here, and welcome to my Let's Play of Haunting Ground. This is a survival horror game for the PlayStation 2, and it's very similar to the Clock Tower series, most notably Clock Tower 3. There's a lot of people who say that this was originally supposed to be Clock Tower 4, but there isn't really any evidence to that effect. It's just very similar, and it's also made by Capcom. But, so I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, pretty much since I started doing Let's Plays, but I didn't want to do it when there were still a bunch of graphic glitches in PSX2, and I wanted to upscale it. But I won't go into the whole technical aspects of it, but long story short, I'm doing it now, so really excited about that. So this game is pretty much... It's the best I've ever seen the AI on these hide-and-seek games done. That's not really saying much, but I've never actually seen it done better than it was done here. That's the main thing this game has got going for it. As far as the setting and story goes and the characters, it's all very simple. Why don't we start the game and then I'll explain more. I'm not going to do hard mode. I'm just going to do regular. I have done hard mode before, and I played this game like back-to-back like 3 times when I first had it on PS2, and when I did hard mode, I was so familiar with like the way the game worked and the AI and everything that I just breezed through it, but it's been a while since I've played this, so we are going to go with a new game. I don't know why they did that replay. They sure know how to animate the hell out of a sheep. So you may be wondering, why was she in a sheet? Never explained. I just want to put the terrible things I saw back there behind me. I am not going back. And she has comments, and whenever you hear the da-da-da, that means da-da-da. That little twinkle, it means that she's got a new comment. Where am I? I was in a car with my parents, and it's no good. Everything seems so fuzzy. Haha, speaking of fuzzy... Well... Not yet.
I've gathered some clothes for you. Wait, don't go.
Are you sure?
Excuse me, but where are we? And how did I get here? Yes, Master. We will keep her here for a while. I will make sure she stays comfortable.
I guess she's one of the maids working here. She's so beautiful, almost too beautiful. It almost seems unnatural. There is a change of clothes the maid has apparently laid out. So as you can see, starting off, this game is extremely classy.
Wait a minute. I remember being in the car with...
That worked? What do you mean that worked? You put on clothes. It worked, but now what should I do? If I could just find a map of this place, then I could get my bearings. Additional actions. You are now able to perform the following new actions in the game. Square button, kick. Use this to smash certain background objects or to stun some enemies. Triangle button, throw set. Throw some objects after equipping them or place them down in the ground. L1 button, crouch. Use this maneuver to crouch down in the shadows and make it harder for enemies to find you. R1 button, backstep. Quickly jump backward to avoid the enemy's attack. Use this maneuver too much and your stamina will decrease. Push background objects. Some background objects can be moved by pushing the left analog stick or directional buttons in the direction of the object you want to move. Charge. After running for a few seconds, press the square button to tackle an enemy. If you are able to hit the enemy with this move, you can shove them out of your way, but you will lose a large amount of stamina in the process. Costumes. You are now able to change costumes. Change into alternate costumes that you have obtained by searching the chest located in a room. I'll show you this, when I show you the rest of the secret stuff in the game at the end. You can change into, some different outfits. One of the outfits is this same outfit, but her hair is down and she's barefoot. I am going to pick this one because she's the most fully clothed in it. And also, when she kicks stuff like vases, it's like, what? Why are you doing that barefoot? I hope this TV works. Yeah, I wouldn't want to miss my show. So there are things like that you can do. Oh, and she has boob jiggle. Like I said, this game is very classy. There are things you can do like that to distract your pursuers. Making noise. If we had a pursuer... Ah! Then this stuff, doing this, 3 in 1, might attract them. I wonder what kind of a room is on the other side. I can see the light flicker from candles inside, but it's too dark to see anything else. What was her comment? It feels almost like it was custom tailored to fit me. It really clings to my shape quite nicely, although it feels a little tight in the chest area. Did we mention that Fiona has big boobs? It's a very classy game, you know. The hinge is rusted solid. Try as I may, I can't open the door. So you can open doors by opening them, or you could do that, but that makes more noise. And some doors, if they're pull doors, you can't open them that way. Oh, I like her hair down better, but I'll be able to see the accessories I get for her better if she has her hair in a ponytail. There's a hole here, but it's far too small for me. A large tree is sprawled out here. She's running out of stamina. So this is a place you could hide if you weren't near a hiding spot. And also crouching down restores your stamina. door is locked from the other side. Is this blood? I really, really, really like the way the panic is done in this game. Your frame rate, well, it doesn't really drop, but it drops with like each heartbeat. If you had vibration in your controller, you could feel it. It's a really nice touch. Your screen gets desaturated and the contrast goes way up. It's a really nice way of showing why is there blood here. And if your stamina goes, if your panic goes all the way up, then you will go into panic mode, and then you like lose control of her. You can only go one direction at a time, and she runs and she bumps into the wall. Here's another place you could hide. And if she does that too many times, she'll fall down and be completely vulnerable. Massive book stands stalwart. It looks quite old. Perhaps it's an antique? The desk is locked. There is something scribbled on the board. Luminescents. Luminescents are tiny creatures that respond to the ethereal energies given off by Azoth. They can be used to help track down nearby Azoth. However, several precautions must be taken while handling them. 1. When luminescents come into direct contact with an Azoth-infused item or being, they will send forth a small charge which shocks the carrier. The higher the concentration of Azoth in said carrier, the greater and more powerful the shock. 2. Luminescence lifespan is dramatically decreased whenever they come into direct contact with the open air. This time differs from specimen to specimen, but is never much longer than a few minutes. Luminescence, Azoth, no clue what any of this means. So all the mythology and stuff in this game, or well, not really mythology, but is based off of alchemy, and that's a nice touch. Do you get it? Oh, and what creature does his eyes look like? Because, since it's never really explained in the game, I'll tell you now. He's part man and part something else. So this is Debilitas. I have to get away, but where to? I call him Debbie for short. Oh no, what should I do? If I don't do something, that thing will get me. Evasion points. Press the circle button when near closets or beds to hide and escape enemies that are pursuing you. While hiding, Fiona's stamina recovers at an accelerated rate and her panic decreases at an increased speed. Also, press the circle button once more while hiding to exit the evasion point at any time. If you approach a possible evasion point while being pursued by an enemy, the words, "Wait a second, what's that?" will be displayed. This is a hint that means there is an evasion point nearby. However, be warned that if you repeatedly hide in the same location over and over again, the enemy will soon catch wind of your hiding spot. And, since I put that TV on, it distracted him and led him in the other direction. So that's good.
Where is you?
That's good. he went the other way. So, the enemies, they do despawn, but, like, they despawn and then you don't actually know when they appear again. Normally, I wait a little longer, but now it's fine. You're only, like, completely safe once you're, once the music goes back to the normal music. Like, the soft ambiance. Like that. But sometimes it'll say coast clear, and the coast is not, in fact, clear. This might distract him for a little bit. A woman with wings protruding from her back. An angel, perhaps? Is this a bird cage? It looks like the remaining husk of a bird in the cage.
It's not a computer, that's for sure. It has alphabetic keys, though.
So, I want to do a bunch of these. Make a bunch of keys so I don't have to, like, backtrack later. First one we're gonna make is meth. You can choose meth or emeth. E-meth. I will, I'll tell you why in a little bit. And, saltatio. Want one that says rest. I want one that says Magnus. I want one that says Alchemia. Magnus, Alchemia, and Adamus. Only do this if you've beaten the game once. It'll get me accessories. Such tremendous heat. With heat like this, I'm sure it's used for refining. I mean, can you really tell the difference between a hot fire and a really hot fire? Just by being near it. A huge doll made of earth blocks the door. There is a slot-shaped hole in its chest. So normally, you'd think, oh, so the way golems work is you tell it what to do, and you put this slot in its chest and you make it say live, but that doesn't work here. They actually want you to do something else. There's some kind of file here. What kind of equipment is this? It looks old, but someone has taken painstakingly good care of it. A deciphering of the Book of Origins Sephiru Yatira, that is totally how it's pronounced, has uncovered the process from creating life from earth soil. This golem needs not nourishment nor sleep, making this earthen guardian the ultimate safekeeper of our deepest alchemic secrets and knowledge. I dub this creature Emeth. So, a little Easter egg here. If you take saltatio and put it in, that got my mind off things. I feel a little better now. Really? That didn't totally freak you out? And so you could put in emeth, but let's put in meth and see what happens. So Ameth will just make it walk out of the way, but Meth will do this. And inside of it is an obsidian choker. Choker composed of long slices of durable obsidian reduces the strength of Azoth odor emitted from Fiona. Player can more easily escape being detected by luminescence. Why do the stairs stop halfway? So this is an evasion point, crouch evasion. Crouch evasion. In addition to evasion points, you can avoid enemies by pressing the L1 button near a shadow. Also, if an enemy is nearby while you are crouching, the camera will change to a first-person perspective so you can watch the enemy as they search around. Utilize this ability if the enemy is chasing and you happen upon a nearby shadow. So those don't really work as well as hiding spots, but sometimes you're desperate. What is this? I probably shouldn't go snooping around things I know nothing about. A bookshelf of fine design. It has a rather sturdy look to it.
Ah, Fiona. I see you finally awakened. There's something that I've wanted to show you for quite some time. Pull away that sheet behind you. That, my dear, is what you will become in the future.
A statue?
Go ahead. You may touch it. You will be mine, Fiona.
So this machine is used to engrave letters in these plate things. The only question is, why build a machine for the sole purpose? What do the plates do? Okay. These things are a true worst enemy. Luminescents. Luminescents are tiny creatures that feverishly pursue Fiona once they have caught wind of her. When a luminescent makes contact with Fiona, it not only puts her in a state of panic, but it also ruptures, producing a sound which attracts the unwanted attention of nearby enemies. Luminescents do fade over time, but the most effective way to rid yourself of these troublesome creatures is to reach a neighboring area and close the door. Doing this cuts off the luminescent sensing ability and stops them dead in their tracks. Why in the world is there a chair here? This is just a normal chair, right? Doesn't make much sense to me. Not that anything in this place does. That's certainly the most ominous discovery I've found so far. What? There's no knob. Now what do I do? Wait, there's a hook here. Maybe if I attach something to it, I could use that in place of a doorknob. Judging by the fact that the hook is here, there was probably something hanging here, but what? The wall looks weak here. Maybe if I hit it hard enough I can break through it? Bugs? Yuck, I hate bugs. Why me? Why are there so many candlesticks on this table? Okay, over here, this is another crouch evasion point. Looks like meat is being served. It appears they still haven't finished preparing it. Chicken jerky! That's not for us. That's for our doggy. So the cracked plate key, one says st and one says re, and so you're supposed to determine by that it says rest. So this is an optional room. You don't need to open it, but it's always good to have 2 extra hiding spots and another stamina recovery point. See? Ooh. The toilets in this castle are communal? Guess I'll try holding it for now. At least this game isn't that perverted. Wonder if this water is drinkable. But, I mean, that's a pretty low bar to set. Recovery point. Search a recovery point to calm Fiona from a state of panic and completely restore her stamina. However, please note that the recovery points cannot be used while you are being pursued by an enemy. Door is locked. This is a hiding spot. And this isn't. This is a hiding spot too. The plywood panel door is blocking my path, but it could easily be broken. I wouldn't really call that a door. There's a hiding spot right here, but like... Alright, yay, we have a map now. I never actually use the maps. They're very big and very complicated. And I played this game enough that I can get around the castle pretty well myself. This game is so contrived, like, she frequently just falls for no reason, and, like, she could easily get up. There are absolutely ways they could have made her, like, vulnerable and, like, in a situation where she really couldn't do much in order to make the game scary, but they don't. They just rely on stupid tropes like that. The chair! I knew there was something about it. Aww. He just wanted to play. But he doesn't know his own strength.
I am Riccardo, keeper of the castle. So sorry to hear about your accident. Your parents. As Master Ugo and Mistress Ayla are both deceased, you, Miss Fiona, are the sole surviving heir of Belli Castle. Are you in pain, miss? Will you be alright? You've had a long day. Please, rest upstairs. Your bed has been prepared.